Hey, Right Riders, Keith Wheeler here, back with another video for you. And you're in for a real treat because today is part one in a series that I'm going to do all about making money with Amazon ads. That's right, not just how to run Amazon ads and how to set them up, but how to actually make money with Amazon ads. So join me as I help longtime subscriber of the channel, Judy Shearwaters, choose which ad types to run, set up her Amazon ads, and tweak them to make them more profitable. So in part one here, today's video, we're going to do three things. We're going to assess whether her book is ready to run Amazon ads. We're going to pick what types of Amazon ads to run to her books. And then thirdly, we're going to find the Amazon ads, keywords, and products to target in our ads. So if you're looking to run Amazon ads to your books and you want to increase your chances of making your Amazon ads profitable, well then follow along with this series and make sure that you hit that thumbs up button. Not only does it tell YouTube to share this video with more people, but it'll also make it so this video is in your liked videos section in YouTube, which makes it easier for you to find and go back to refresh later on and rewatch. So enough of this chatting, get ready to take some notes and let's get started. Okay, so here we are on Amazon in incognito mode, because when we're done with this, we're going to look at finding keywords and things like that. And so I just want to make sure everything is done in incognito mode, so we don't affect our normal search habits. Doesn't affect anything. For those of people who don't know, this is Judy Shearwaters. This is her book, Mystery in the Jackson House, and we're going to do the first step that I always do when it comes to considering running Amazon ads. And that is make sure your book is ready for it. Now, I have an entire video where I go into a little bit more detail, and I'll include a link to that above and also in the description. But basically, there's a couple things. We're just going to go straight down. Obviously, the first thing we're going to look at is what everybody looks at first, which is our cover. Your cover, it's a striking cover. It stands out in a good way. I like how the words pop. With a little bit of, color difference, and it still adds mystery to it. It fits in the niche. So that's fine. Your title looks good. The next thing I consider is your pricing, because when someone clicks on your ad, before they even click on it, they're going to see your ad copy, and then they're going to see your price. So if your price is something that's too high, then chances are they're not even going to click on it. So we want to make sure that your pricing is accurate. Now, we talked about this right before we start recording, but for your Kindle book, the base price that you normally have is $5.99. I think that's a bit pricey, but the good thing is right now Amazon has changed it to $3.43. So that makes it very enticing for people. By seeing that cross off, they know it's not going to be there forever, and so it gives them that they don't want to miss out on it, and it gives them that sense of having to click on it now. Especially your paperback. I would run ads to your paperback for now, because that's going to show a huge deal between the $12.99 to $3.43 for a paperback book. And that's really going to draw people's attention. And they definitely aren't going to want to miss out on that. So we'll talk about that in a second. The next thing that it comes to, if your book is ready to run ads, is your book description. Your book description is different for the ebook and the paperback. I don't know if you knew that, but it is.
It may be.
I like on your Kindle version, I like how this is shorter, gets to the point. The other one's a little bit more lengthy. Everything else looks good. I would probably put just a carriage return after that, or for those people who aren't as old as I am, and hit the enter button. Just to drop this down to make that first line stand up. But other than that, it's got enough information in it where it doesn't seem like there's nothing to talk about. And I like that the top one is in bold. It's, a bigger font than the rest. Same thing for down here. You've got your call to action, scroll up and buy now. Let's see the next thing that I think is super important, especially now, especially when it comes to any kind of children's books, really any kind of book. It's the A+ content. So this is another reason why I would definitely, when we run ads, we're going to run it to your paperback, because it's going to have all of this. It's going to show this, because especially when someone's looking on their phone, this shows up very prominently, and you don't have too much. Yeah, I like this. And I've got videos where I show how to do A+ content Again, I'll include that down in the description as well. But yeah, you've got a couple reviews. I think you had 6 total. One thing that people may notice, and we're just going to, no secrets. Right here, the bestseller ranked is 4.8 million. What does that mean? It means there's quite a bit more books more popular than this one. That's what Amazon ads are really good for. And it'll actually make it easier for us to see if the Amazon ads are working. Because you're not getting regular sales, then once you start getting sales, you'll know that that's what it's from, assuming you're not running any other kind of promotion.
Right.
So yeah, so for this book, I would say before we run ads to make for your paperback, make this line shorter, make it match the one on for your Kindle.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit more because on your paperback one, it does seem a little bit sparse as far as the text that's in here. Maybe it's just not formatted the same. I don't know. But I definitely like the way it looks on the Kindle version better. The good thing is with KDP, those are quick fixes and they get accepted and published fairly quickly. So I don't think that'll slow anything down. So yeah, so that's what I would do for this one. I would definitely send it to the paperback, like I said, and I wouldn't hesitate to start working on Amazon ads now. We're not going to get this deal for long. I don't know how long it's going to happen, so we might as well take advantage of it when we can. So yeah, absolutely. That's what I would do. As far as your book being ready, I would say with the exception of a couple little textual changes, which shouldn't take you long to do. I mean, the simple thing would just be go to your ebook version and copy and paste it over to your paperback. Because the way it's set up on your Kindle, the ebook version, like I said, with the exception of just a caret, an extra enter right here, I have absolutely no problems with the way this one is set up. So, all right. So we've answered the first question: is your book ready to run ads? The answer is basically yes. We're going to make some textual changes, but other than that, it's ready to go. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to do is we want to pick an ad type. Not everybody has access to the same types of ads, and depending on what type of book you do, then some ads may work better for you than others. I've got a whole nother video where I talk about my my top favorite ad types, and so and why I like each one. For this particular book, I would say we'll probably want to go with a keyword targeted ad, since you know this niche, what keywords people are searching for, or maybe you don't. We'll go into that in a second. But also I would do an automated keyword ad. The automated ones are where we let Amazon find the keywords, find out what keywords they think people are looking for, because obviously the algorithm knows more about people's search history and stuff like that than we do. And so there might be a couple in there that surprise us. And so, I would run those simultaneously. We'll run an automated ad, an automated keyword ad, and we'll run a manual keyword ad, and maybe even a product ad. So we can see if there's any books out there that your book might outperform, because I absolutely love that cover. And with your price point at this, right now, I think it can outperform a lot of competitors out there that are similar, as far as like number of ratings, number of reviews, and things like that. So we'll keep all that in mind. So as I've covered on the channel before, there are a couple ways that you can get keywords and and find products. The old school way, the free way, is to just do it on Amazon. And so again, I'm in incognito mode. I'm going to hit Control and I'm going to click on this. So it pulls it up in a new tab. Sometimes people say to go in books, to go in books or go in Kindle, whatever. I used to say that. And to be honest, I don't do that too often anymore, because that's not what most customers do. Most customers just go into Amazon and search up, a mystery book for, there you go, kids 10 to 12, and so what just happened, what just popped up, this drop down, these are where we're going to first start getting our keyword ideas. So I put mystery book for kids, All of these are things that people have actually typed into Amazon to search for things. And the closer they are to the top, the better, the more frequently they're searched. So like I said, this one right here was closer to the top, 8 to 10. So depending on what's relevant for you, for your age group, then yeah, consider that as one that you might want to add to your Amazon ads. Now, this can be quite tedious. I'm not going to do this for too many, because we've got another way to do it that's quicker. So what we're going to do now that we've clicked on this is we're going to look and see what our competition is. There are 9,000 other books that are using this exact keyword phrase. And so that means it's going to be pretty competitive. Now, the good thing is for Amazon ads, we're not competing with really 9,000 other books. We're only competing with the books that are running ads to those 9,000. And so it's you have a little bit more flexibility than you would if you're doing like keywords for, you know, your 7 keyword slots when it comes to KDP. So I just want to look and see what other books are out there. Okay, so like this one right here, like I think you can outperform this one, but I mean they've got 944 reviews. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, that might be something if we're, you know, when you're looking for competitors, even though they have a lot more reviews, your book is also a lot less expensive. And so, you know, people may be willing to take a chance. When it comes to products to target, I would consider all of these products, even the ones that have way more reviews than you, because your price point is so low, because Amazon is giving you that deal right now. Normally at your regular price point at $12.99, I wouldn't even consider trying to compete with these books. But because Amazon right now has dropped it so drastically, you know, you might get people like, even this one, this is a sponsored one, which means that this is an ad, and theirs is $9.99. So if yours shows up and I'm not going to click on this because I'm not going to run up someone's price, you know, bills, but you know, you might be able to compete with this because, like I said, you've got less reviews, but it's a lot cheaper right now. And so you have a better chance of just getting that that spontaneous kind of like, you know, when you're at the grocery store and they always put the gum and stuff like right at the counter right before you check out. You know, there's impulse buys at, you know, whatever it was, 3 something that Amazon currently has it set at. That's a great impulse buy. So I would target all of these right now. Now, when that goes away, I mean, you'll want to keep an eye on that pricing. If that goes back up to the regular price, then I would consider turning off some of those product that, you know, these products that we're looking at right now. But yeah, so the good news is I think you have a lot that you can compete against, and I think you have a good chance of winning. The downside is that's, you know, that's more things you got to target. So it's a little bit more work, you know, preparing for it. So what we're going to do, since we've decided we're going to do keyword ads, and we've decided we're going to do product ads, then we need, you know, we're all going to have homework, and that homework is going to be to come up with that list of, for keywords, I always suggest at least 200 keywords. And I don't mean the keyword mystery. You know, I don't like it being called keywords because it's usually a keyword phrase. And so something like the word mystery is way too broad, and it's going to be way too competitive, that it's going to cost you a ton of money every time somebody clicks on it. And you're going to have to up the price just to even get considered for it. I would do things like this right here, mystery book for kids 10 to 12. I think that was the age range that I saw in your book. You know, if it's murder, then throw in murder mystery. I haven't read it, so I don't know. So we've got that. And then we can also do, let's see, I don't know what off the top of my head. I think that's 4th graders. So you can do 4th grade. If there's math involved, then there's a math mystery books, which if you don't have that and people are looking for ideas to, you know, for mystery books, there's an idea right there, math mystery book. Because a lot of times it's targeting age ranges, depending on where they are, you know, how they do in school, what their age is, like when their birthday is. They may be in 3rd grade, they may be in 4th grade, they may be in 5th grade, they may be in 2nd. You never know. And so I would broaden it, and just because kids are in a different grade doesn't mean that that's the kind of books they read. Some people read, way above their age group. Some people read way below. And so I wouldn't limit yourself to just keywords like, mystery book for kids 8 to 10, do the 4th grade, 5th grade, 3rd grade, and even within the age range, do 10 to 12, do 6 to 8. And so again, right now we're just coming up with more and more ideas. And that's with me literally just typing in mystery book for kids. And so I can just erase that real quick and just go mystery book for 13-year-old boy. That's the second most searched on the list. And that didn't even pop up when I did for kids.
Right.
So again, for more options, this one right here is for 3rd grade. I'm sure you probably could do for 3rd grade boys, whatever. And so it's similar to when you're doing it for the keyword slots in KDP and other platforms, but it's a little bit more broader, and you have a lot more options. You're not limited to just X amount of characters on 7 slots. You can have up to 1,000 keyword phrases in one product ad one keyword ad. So I always suggest a minimum of 200. For those people who don't know, if you see things pop up, I also have an extension on here. But there's other extensions. The one I have is DS Amazon Quick View, which allows you to see other people's information in here. But there are also ones that help you with keywords like Keyword Everywhere and other ones. So, and they're all, many of them are free. So feel free to try those out. Keyword Everywhere I use on my other laptop. This is what I would do to find the keywords manually. Now, what you can do.
Excuse me, can I ask you if the boys in this mystery are 8th grade? So would I target the 10 to 12 or target above?
Okay,
I know kids always want to read older, I think.
Right. Kids want to read about kids either their age or slightly older.
Okay.
They don't typically do not want to read about kids that are younger than them. They feel like they're better than that. They're more mature than that. They don't really feel like they have that anything in common with them, even though they may. So yeah, you definitely want to shoot for kids that are slightly older age group. Again, when you're doing age groups, you want to shoot for slightly older. When you're doing grades, again, I would do more of a broader, do 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, whatever. Because again, it's going to be, depending on, all the reasons I said before, they may not be in that grade. And also a lot of times when schools are giving, when English class or whatever tells you have to read a book, they don't typically say you have to read a book that's in the 8 to 10-year-old age. You have to read, at this level. And so those are keywords to look at. I know that you were in this, the school scene for many years, so that better than most. But just for those people watching, keep that in mind. That when you're looking for keywords, there are other ways to search for something besides just by their age. Absolutely put that in there. Also put in the grade, but also put in some schools have the Lexile level, I think is what it's called, where it's it has to be between this point and that point. I don't remember. My kids are all grown up now, but they had to read within a certain range, and so search that up. People might and just go into Amazon in incognito mode and search that up and see if people are looking for books level this or whatever. So again, this is how I would do it and how I do it when I'm doing it manually. That said, there's a much faster way, and that is, and if you have the small discretionary funds, you can get Publisher Rocket, which is, as of the recording of this, is $97 one-time price. I got mine probably 5 or 6 years ago. It was that same price, and Dave Chesson and the team always update it. Like it's crazy. Every time I go in there, it says, "Hooray! There's a new update." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. What more can you be doing?" But he surprises me. And most people use it for keyword research and even category research, but many people don't think about using it for Amazon ads. And so there's actually a tab for that in Publisher Rocket. So we're going to flip over to Publisher Rocket and we're going to do some searching that way. Okay, here we are in Publisher Rocket. This is the main page. And as you can see across the top, as well as right here in the center, you've got the keyword search, competition analyzer, category search, and AMS keyword search. And the AMS keyword search, that's Amazon ads. So like I said, most people only focus on, the keyword search. The Amazon keyword search is, does so many things for you. And so if you can click on that, let's just do mystery 4 or mystery book 4, whatever you want. So, and on the right-hand side where it says type, it's showing you how it got that. So if it says Amazon suggestions, then that means it was like, as soon as they put in mystery book 4, it was that drop down. That's an Amazon suggestion.
Okay.
Amazon A to Z suggestion means they had to do that, mystery book 4 space A, mystery book space or 4 space B. So that's what that means when it says Amazon A to Z suggestions. So, so these are, and you can just go in, on the far left-hand side, you can deselect if there's something you think is not relevant. There are titles in here, like the Summer of the Woods. And if it is a title, it'll show you the author name and the ASIN. It gave you the drop down. Those were the Amazon suggestion. And then the books that actually showed up, those are the search results. So these are the books that came up on the first couple pages. And so these are books that you're competing with, really, if it's relevant to your niche. Personally, I don't go to all that trouble. I literally just take what it spits out, and I go to the far right-hand side and I export it. Then it's going to give me an Excel file that I can go through and either delete columns. But the truth is I use it because so many times I've gotten keywords and keyword phrases that I never would have thought of by using Publisher Rocket, and they end up being some of my most profitable keywords. Like maybe deselect the mystery book for adults because this isn't really for adults. Disney mystery coloring book, you probably don't want to use that one. But again, it really comes down to how much time you want to spend on this, because if it's something that people, because with Amazon ads, like with anything with Amazon, you want it to be as relevant as possible, because that's what will give you the better chance of getting selected. But with some of these, you may not know. Your book may be relevant to it according to your customers, and you don't even know it, And so that's one reason why, like I said, at least to start with, I usually would just use what gets exported from Publisher Rocket. And then when we run the ads, as it's running, after like a week or so, you can get a really good feel, and we'll do a whole nother video on that. You get a good feel for what people are clicking on, what's converting to sales. And so you got a much better chance of, at that point, you can pause books, you can pause keyword phrases or whatever. I never delete them. I always just pause them, because what doesn't work now may work 6 months from now. And so instead of having to reinvent the wheel, you already have access to it. You can just turn it on and turn it off. So that's what I would do. When we were talking about products, doing the product ads as well, the ASIN and ISBN column, that's going to give you all of that. And the great thing is when you export it, it exports it in a different column. So what you can do, and for anybody who's doing this, whether you do it manually or you do it using Publisher Rocket, if you're doing this at home and you want to follow along and run ads as we're doing it, then what I would say for your homework is to find at least 200 keyword phrases that are relevant to your book. And if you want to do a product ad like we're going to do as well, then if you're using Publisher Rocket, is really easy because you just pull it from that column. If you're not, basically what Publisher Rocket did is when you do the search, the manual search that we did, it goes into each of those books that showed up on the first couple pages, and it takes the ASIN or ISBN and the author name. And so you can still do that yourself. This just does it quicker. So either way, it can absolutely be done manually. So that's what I would say everybody's homework is. And then in the next video, what we'll do is we'll take those products, the ISBN, ASINs, and author names, and we'll run a product ad. and I'll go into Amazon ads and I'll show you exactly how to do that.
Okay.
And then we'll also create a manual keyword ad. And again, using the keywords that you find either manually or you find using Publisher Rocket. And then we'll do an automated ad as well. So the only other thing I would say is start trying to think of what your budget is. One thing to keep in mind when it comes to any kind of ads, but Amazon ads especially, is there are no guarantees. You want to make sure that you don't budget anything more than you can afford to lose, because even if your book takes off and the ads do wonderfully, KDP is not going to pay you for 60 days, whereas Amazon ads is going to take their money out either at the end of the month, or depending on how much it is, it usually takes it out in increments, like $10 increments, $20 increments, whatever. So it depends on your region and everything else as far as how frequently they take out. But the bottom line is Amazon ads is going to take their money now. You're not going to see the benefits of your ads financially for another 60 days. So you want to make sure that you don't budget any more than what you have in your account to lose now. So that would be an additional homework, would just be figure out what you can afford to spend. And obviously we'll keep an eye on that as it goes, but you can do as little as $1 a day, or you can do as much as, I've got ads that run, some ads have a budget of $100 a day. It really depends. So that, like I said, that, and know that in general, Amazon very seldom, if ever, touches those budgets, but it's an important thing to know. So that's what I would say for today. I think we've already established that your book is ready to run ads to once you do those, that textual update. Like I said, I wouldn't want to wait too long, because you don't know how long that you're going to get that price drop that Amazon's doing right now, that deal. And then we'll talk in another video what to do when eventually that does go away. There's ways you can pivot from there. Did you have any questions that
No, you answered a lot. I didn't really know how to use the AMS Kindlepreneur as well as what you just taught me. So that's good. Yeah, and I can get more. I can get a whole lot more keywords.
Yeah, because what you saw, all that was probably, at least I'd say, it just by looking at it, was probably at least 100 keywords, keyword phrases, and that was just literally searching up one thing, mystery book 4. So think, not just think mystery, other things that pertain to your book, again, because you want to be relevant. You want to be relevant to your book.
Sure.
And so think of what other things are relevant. Whether it's a male a boy protagonist, or whatever, things that you'll be surprised what people might search for. And the thing is even if it's something that's not searched for a lot, the good thing about those is those are usually some people call the low-hanging fruit, which means those are the ones that might not be searched a lot, but when they are searched, if you're one of them, they're going to be a lot cheaper because they're not searched that often. And if your book is relevant to it, you can get it for a very, very good price. So I wouldn't just focus on those. You're going to need some of the ones that cost a little bit more, just so you get more, more visibility, more impressions. But yeah, so just think of other phrases, other ways to say it. Mystery book, you can only say so many times. And so what other things are relevant to your book besides the fact that it's a mystery book? What else is it? Scary house, scary abandoned house, whatever. In the next video, we will look at that list and we'll start using those to create those 3 different ad types.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks, Keith.
No problem. Have a good one. Now be honest. How many notes did you take? Did you learn something new about Amazon ads? Let me know down in the comments. Also, if you haven't already, I strongly suggest subscribing to this channel and clicking the bell icon, and make sure that you turn it to all notifications to make sure that you get alerted every time I put out new videos just like this one. It's absolutely free, and heck, all the cool kids are doing it. Now you may be wondering how I decided which Amazon ad types to run for Judy's book. Well, you're in luck, because I did a video where I ranked my top 10 Amazon ad types and why. So you can check that video right here and see which would be best for your book. But if you've already seen that, well, YouTube says that this video is It's got your name written all over it. So I'll catch you inside one of these videos. And remember to write right.